Hello everyone, it's Rebecca Adams from Empowering Natural Wellness. I am introducing you today, and the interview today is with Michelle and Malaika. Malaika is 7 years old and they live in Wolverhampton near Birmingham in the UK. And today they're going to share with you their results from the essential oils that they've been using from doTERRA. So ladies, welcome. How are you?
Hi, we're great, thank you. Happy to be here.
How are you, Malaika? You okay?
Yes.
Yeah? Excellent. So, Michelle, what do you want to just explain a little about yourself? I know that you're married and you've got kids as well, so...
Basically, I am 36. I'm originally from Birmingham. I was actually born in Solihull. Lived in Birmingham for the most of my life and then moved to Wolverhampton. I am married. We have two beautiful children, Malaika and Jackson. And then we sadly lost a little girl in January this year. And the essential oils have really been helping me with my anxiety. Okay. Now, anxiety is something that I've always suffered with, really, Rebecca. As a child, didn't really know what the feelings were, but more as a teenager and in my 20-somethings, I started to kind of pinpoint that it was anxiety. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then obviously after losing the baby, my anxiety just went out the window. It went crazy.
Yeah, and so, that's understandable as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly. And, the first thing I did was go to the doctors, as, most of us all do. And what the doctor wanted to do was prescribe me with, first he wanted to give me sleeping medicine because I was having trouble sleeping after she passed. Then he wanted to give me like different anti-depressants and anxiety medication to control what I was feeling. Yeah. But through all the time, even though I was not as well within myself as I am now, I just didn't want to take the medication, only because I wanted to find a more natural way of dealing with my anxiety. Yeah. So obviously when I found out about the essential oils, it was like, yes, this is something that I have to try, because what have I got to lose? It's natural. And I was watching a friend of mine, we went to school together, Farah. I was seeing on her Facebook page how she was saying about these oils, and she too was suffering. And I was thinking to myself, I need to try these. I need to, because it's natural. Like, why? What am I waiting for? Yeah. So, got in touch and basically said that's what I wanted to do. And Becky, I haven't looked back. Like,
well, it's great. But as you said, you've got nothing to lose, have you? Once you use the oil, you've got nothing to lose, everything to gain. And I know how your results are, and I'm so excited for you to share them with everyone. But it's really great how you've kind of empowered yourself with making your own decision of, no, I don't. You could have that option with the medical side, but you do have a choice, and it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And, and that's okay for people that do, because I know when I speak to a lot of people, they think that maybe they're doing the wrong thing by taking the drugs from the doctors, but it's completely down to the individual. Yeah. And I just didn't want anything that, I didn't really know what the ingredients were going into my body. Yeah. So I wanted everything that was naturally sourced, everything that came from the earth. Yeah. And doTERRA just fits that description. It was like, this is what I need. Yeah. So I love all the oils, by the way, but my main two that are really helping with the anxiety, there's one called frankincense and one called serenity. With frankincense, I can't explain how I feel, but even just inhaling it before I even put it onto my body, like my temporal points, or breathe it in from my hands, I feel like I'm being hugged. That might sound so strange to some people, but it's a very comforting smell to me. Mm-hmm. I smell it and I just feel like, I needed this. And it's amazing that I can do that and just relax within myself. My body just starts to calm down rather than panicking and then having drugs that at some point I'm going to have to come off. Yeah. And then maybe, go through a nasty withdrawal. Mm-hmm. So the doTERRA, for me, the essential oils are just fantastic. I love them, Becky.
Yeah. Frankincense is my favourite oil out of all of them. I love them all like yourself, but frankincense is just something special.
There is, isn't there?
Frankincense. So, So you mentioned frankincense. What about serenity? You did say that. So what do you use that for? How does that work for you?
I do love serenity. At first, I started using serenity to help me sleep. That was kind of like, I don't want to take the sleeping tablets, and I was using Serenity inside my pillowcase.
Yeah.
And that was really, really helping. And you only need a little drop because it is so strong.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And the fact that it's so strong, it can last for such a long time.
It can.
And I remember my husband saying, what's that? What's that? And I was explaining to him because he could smell it from inside of the bed. And it was fantastic. And he was saying, yeah, I can see why, you know, this is working for you. The smells are just comforting. And then I slowly started to introduce them to the rest of the family. So this is why we've got Malaika here tonight, because you've used them, haven't you?
So you've been using them as well, Malaika. So you've got little stories as well. It's wonderful. And you know something? You are the first child that I've gotten an oil interview. The first one. So well done. Well done. Yay. So is Malaika going to chat now, or would you?
Yeah, do you want to talk about
your now, honey?
Yeah. Okay then. Tell everybody what you've used and what was it for.
I used some oils to help me get to sleep.
Do you remember what they were? There were blends, weren't they? Because remember you were calling them different flavours. Because you call them flavours, don't you? But there were blends that were made up for you. And can you remember what they were for? So one was to help you get to sleep because you was finding it hard and you was coming out of bed, wasn't you? Yeah. And the second one was for, can you remember, with your legs?
When I get kind of like cramp in my legs. When
you get cramp, yeah, because I used to suffer from like really bad growing pains.
Yeah.
And I think Malaika is getting the same thing. And we could never control them, could we? You used to be up, especially when we lived in the flat, sometimes at 3 or 4 in the morning, and you had school the next day. And what did Mommy have to do for you? Put your feet in what?
I can't remember what it's called.
A foot spa. Yeah, Mummy's foot spa. And you know
that's nice though.
Yeah, you know it's nice, but it's like when it's 3 or 4 in the morning and she's got school the next morning, it's like you don't want to be disrupting her even more.
No.
So this again was where the oils have just been like absolutely amazing, because we can combat that now before she even gets to the issue, you know, because it's very important that the people out there know that the oils aren't a cure. You know, nothing is really a cure. Even the medication the doctors want to give you is not
nothing cures. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But they manage, and what a better way to manage than having natural things, you know.
Yeah.
So we do that. And what happened the first time Mommy put the oils on your legs? Can you remember?
It felt better the next morning.
Yeah, because I remember having to say to her. Yeah. What did I say to you the next morning?
It smelled like feeling better.
That's right. You didn't mind. I didn't even come out of bed, so I thought,
amazing. So Malaika, now you've been using them. When you first got the oils, Mummy was putting them on. So are you putting them on, or is Mum still doing it for you, or do you put the oils on your legs?
Mummy still does it for me.
So you're having like a little massage on the legs as well for Mummy as well, aren't you? So yeah. So what about the sleepwalking aspect? Is that kind of settled now a little bit?
That's definitely settled now, definitely. So do you remember that when I was saying she was getting out of bed and you didn't remember? And me and Daddy was getting really
confused with me. I'm sure I haven't done sleepwalking.
No, you haven't come out of bed since you started using the oils. But remember, we were saying you were coming out and you were putting different things on, taking things out of your wardrobe, and you had no idea what you were doing. Do you remember? In the morning, we'd ask you if you'd got out of bed. Do you remember me and Daddy asking you? And you'd say, no, I haven't. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, sweetheart. So with the oils, do you remember the one that Mommy puts inside your pillowcase? What's that for?
To make it to sleep.
That's the one. So that one's the one to help you get to sleep. And then what happens when I put that in? Because sometimes you ask for it, don't you? Because she tends to know now she's going to have a restless night. So what do you ask me to do with the oil?
On my pillowcase.
Yeah, and then when I put it in, you breathe it in straight away, don't you? You can smell it. Yeah,
that's fantastic. And do you think, Michelle, with using both of them, so using the oils for Malaika's legs and then also using the oils for her sleep combined together, that means she's getting a good night's sleep? What's the results? Is she just oozing and she's not as tired in the morning? Or
definitely, because it used to be murder to get her up for school because the cramps would keep her up half of the night. She'd get out of bed, then obviously we're tired because we have to get up with her. One of us would have to get up. So it was having kind of knock-on effect. But you're sleeping quite sound, aren't you? You know, unless you're really poorly, which hasn't happened for a long time. She's having a good night's sleep, and she's aware now. So you actually ask for them, don't you?
You've got a little bit of a cold.
Yeah, exactly. If you've got a little bit of a cold, that's right. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So have you got any more results, or is that everything that you want to?
Well, I've got a 20-month-old son, Jackson, and I've been using the oils on his feet. We've been using one called Vetiver.
Yeah.
And he's still going through teething. And, you know, as babies do at that age, sometimes their sleep is broken. And then it's taking its toll on mommy and daddy.
As it does, the parents.
As it does.
Sticks.
Yeah, exactly. So, we tried that on the soles of his feet. And, you know, my husband's even getting into it now. So he knows when he falls asleep.
Brilliant. Yeah.
He'll get him over his shoulder and he'll be like, right, he's in the right position now. Get the oils on his feet. Get them on his feet.
1, 2, 3, go. Quick. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what we do. And honestly, I can't stress. People just need to try it for themselves because it really does work. You know, he's 20 months old. He can't fake anything.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, and he's much more happier in the morning. He's getting his sleep. My dad, bless him, he's 77 and he's had results with the deep blue.
Excellent.
And he's 76. I stand corrected. He's 76, darling. He's 76.
Don't get the age wrong.
And he's been having pains in his shoulder for a long time. Yeah. He's been going to the supermarket to get well-known brands that are advertised to use on his shoulder. Yeah. And they haven't really been touching the pain. So you're laughing at me. So he's been using Deep Blue. And again, you know, my dad, he's very opinionated. My family from the West Indies, if something doesn't work, they will definitely say.
They'll tell you. Yeah.
They'll tell you, you know what I mean?
This isn't working. Yeah.
Exactly. And he loved it. He absolutely fell in love with the Deep Blue.
That's fantastic.
And so we're getting the
results from your dad as well. So the results are just absolutely fantastic. It's
exactly
really great to hear. So what would you say? I know you just touched on it anyway. What would you say to someone watching your interview right now?
Yeah.
What would you say to them regarding the oils or about the kids or your dad or anything? Or if they're thinking, oh, yeah, this doesn't work, you know, even I thought, they're not going to work, but they do. What would you say to those people?
What I would say to you if you're watching this interview, I'd basically say, especially if you're struggling with something, and even though I've touched on anxiety and, you know, the sleepwalking with my daughter, restless sleep, cramps, those type of things, you know, the essential oils, there's an oil for everything. So don't think that if you're not suffering from those things that this company is not for you. You do need to try them seriously because they work. They really, really do. You know, I've got my 7-year-old daughter here who has used them, and I'm going to be training her up very soon because they are natural, so she can use them herself with roller blends, so she can just roll them onto her body and use them herself. You'd like that, wouldn't you? So you can do it without mommy doing it.
But I don't know to feel myself. That's why I want you to keep doing it.
So I'll show you can do that. But no, I would definitely say, you know, give it a try. As I said at the beginning, you have nothing to lose, and especially if you are suffering, that makes me sad because if you're suffering, I don't want anyone to suffer. I don't want you to suffer in silence, you know. At least try it and see what it does for you. And I'm 100% certain you will get some kind of results because they are amazing and because they're natural. If you think about all the natural things, organic things that we use, you know, which ones of them aren't good for us, which ones of them aren't healthy, none of them. You know, the fact that they're natural, it's key really. And I just urge you to, I really do, especially if you're thinking about getting off medication. I wouldn't say to come off it straight away because that can be dangerous. Keep doing what you're doing, but just give the essential oils a try, please. I urge you, I really do. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Michelle.
No problem.
Thank you, Malaika. You did amazing, honey. Thank you so much.
Did you enjoy that? Yeah, you wanted that for a long time.
Well, everyone who's watching, in the description below, I will be putting all the details. So if you want to contact Michelle direct, you can. I will put her Facebook page and a Facebook group and everything on there. And I'm sure, Michelle, you'll help anyone out who connects with you and everything, and guide them in the right way. So thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you on the next oil interview.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye.